Hello children, it's Mr. Speller and welcome to my kitchen. Today children, we are going to be playing a game, okay? We are going to be playing a game where we have to throw objects into targets and each target has its own value, okay? So it has its own score. A bit like what we did with Sports Day when we had to throw the beanbags into the hoops. What we'll be doing as we throw and as we score, we'll be adding up our total to see how many we can score in total, okay? So rather than just having each target be worth 1, we're going to just mix it up a bit and make each target worth different numbers. Let's have a little look and see what that means. Now, as you can see, I've got myself 3 targets here, each with their own point system. So I've chosen the biggest pan and it's the closest to me. So if I score in there, I'm going to score 1 point. The next pan, slightly smaller, slightly further away. So if I score in there, I'm going to give myself 2 points. And finally, the last one at the back, it's the smallest and the furthest away, so it's going to be the hardest challenge. If I score in there, I'm going to give myself 3 points. Now, the challenge is to try and score 6 points, okay? I've given myself 3, sock balls here to throw, so just go up to your sock drawer and grab them out. And I've got to try and score 6 points. Okay, so I'm going to go for the closest one first. Yes! That's 1 point for me. But I need to get to 6. So if I've got 6 and I take 1 away, 1 less than 6 is 5. So I still need to score 5 points. So if I throw the last 2 sock balls into the 1 pot, will that be enough? Will I be able to get to 5? I don't think so, because if I only have 2 and I score 1 each time, I'd only get 2. With the 1 I've already scored, that's only going to give me 3. So I need to go a bit further and try and get more points further up the course. So this time I'm going to aim for the number 2. Pressure on. Woohoo! He lands it. There it is, 2 more points. So I had 1 point and now I'm going to add 2 more. If you're not sure, you can use these things. You can use your fingers. So we had 1 from here. Okay, add 2 more. 1, 2. How many fingers am I holding up? That's right, 3. So I have scored 3. I need to get to 6. So if I have 3 and I throw my last sock ball in here, will that get me to 6? No, I don't think so. It's not quite enough. How about here? If I throw it in 2, 3 plus 2, is that 6? 3 plus 2, 3, 4, 5. Not going to be enough. I need to aim for the smallest, and the furthest away target will get me 3 points. So pressure on, Mr. Speller. Here we go to get 6 points and the full score. Woohoo! First take. Here we go. So I've scored 3 here, 2 here, and 1 here. So remember, we already had 3, didn't we? We had 1 and then 2 more. That was 3. So now we need to add 3 more. 1, 2, that's 5. And then 1 more is 6. Absolutely right. Mr. Speller managed to score all 6. Now, let's see what that looks like written down. So now we can write down what our total score was. We can work that all out by using our numbers and some special signs. So the first score I got was 1. Now I need to add that to the rest of my score. So this is the add sign. That means we're going to put some numbers together to get a bigger number. So we've got our 1. The second time I threw my sock ball, I scored 2. So here we have 1 plus 2, but we're not finished there because I threw a third, didn't I? And on the last go, I scored 3. So my first throw scored 1, my second throw scored 2, and my third throw scored 3. Now we need to add these together to give our total. Now this sign here, this means equals. Equals means the same as. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be the same as, let's see. Before I fill that in, let's see if there's another way that we can work it out if we're not quite sure. One way of working it out is by drawing lines. Very simple. We can just draw one line for 1, 2 lines for 2, and 3 lines for 3. Now all we have to do is count the lines and we can work out what our total was. Everybody together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've counted all of the lines, so we know that our total was 6. So we know that 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And that was the magic number we were looking for to get our top score. You could also do it another way. You could do lots of different ways. You could use counters, you could use stones, pebbles, you could draw little blocks. Whatever works for you, this can really help to just work out your adding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Now, there are lots of other ways that we can score 6 points too. We don't necessarily have to throw one into each target. So let's see how else we can score 6 points. This time, I'm not going to aim for the number 1 to start with. I'm going to aim for number 2 and see if I can get myself a good score to get myself up and running. Yes! 2 points to start with. Okay, it's a good start. I've got 2 more to go. Okay. I'm going to try again this time to aim for the number 2 again. Yes! Confidence is building now, children. I've got 2 2s. 2 2s. Double 2. What is double 2? We're not sure. Let's use our fingers again. So the first score we had was 2. And now we're going to add 2 more. 1, 2. How many fingers am I holding up? That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get to 6. So if we've got 4 already, how many more to get to 6? So we can count on. We've got 4. 1 more is 5. 2 more is 6. So with my last shot, I need to score 2 more. If I scored it in 1, that wouldn't be enough. I could aim for the 3. That would give me more than 6. But as I want to only score 6, I'm going to go for the slightly easier challenge of this middle one. Here we go. Oh, so close, it bounced out. Unlucky me, that's okay. We can't always win every time, can we? If we did, that wouldn't make winning so special when it happened. So Mr. Speller this time, he's finished with 4 points here because this one, green one, missed. Had it stayed in, I'd have had 6 points. I'd have had 3 lots of 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what that looks like written down. Okay, so we scored slightly differently this time. We didn't score 1 and 2 and 3. We kept the same score, didn't we? We scored 2 3 times. So again, we need to add those together to get our total score. 2 plus, which means add together, added on to 2, and our third throw, we would have scored 2 as well. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals. Now again, I'm sure some of you may have worked that out in your head already. That's fantastic. You can use your fingers as well, or some counting stones, anything that you have to help you. But if you don't have anything else, you can simply draw some lines, 2 lines for each one. And we can count them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is the same as 6. And that was our top score, 6. Perfect. Okay, last one, and now I'm going to set myself a real challenge. I am going to try and score 6 points, but I'm only going to try and use 2 sock balls. So before I was using 3, now I'm going to try and use just the 2. Now to get to 6, I need some big numbers here. If I throw both of these in the number 1, is that going to be enough to get to 6? I don't think so. How about if I throw both of them into the number 2? Double 2, is that 6? Double 2, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not enough. I'm going to have to try and get both of these sock balls into the number 3 target if I'm going to score 6 points. So, here we go. Pressure's on. The target's far away. And it's the smallest. Nearly. Let's try to see if I can get any score. Hey! So I've thrown 2. I've got 1 in and 1 out. So my score is 3. This one here doesn't count. But hey, had it landed in, I'd have had 2. And that would have been double 3. So we can start with 3. And then we can add 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I score 6? Well, I would have if I'd have hit the target both times. Excellent. Let's have a look at what that looks like written down. Okay, so remember this time we only threw 2 sock balls. We didn't use all of them, but we still managed to get to 6. Let's remember how we did that. The first time, the first score we got was 3. So the first throw was 3. Now, if we add that and had the second sock ball stayed in, I would have scored another 3. Again, let's see. 3 plus 3 equals, meaning the same as what? Again, let's draw those lines to help us, just to make sure. It's always good to check, even if we think we know the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is 6. So there you have it. We have so many different ways of getting to number 6. We had 3 plus 3. 2 plus 2 plus 2 also equaled 6. And at the start, we had 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Your challenge, children, when you have a go at this, is to find how many different ways can you score 6. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Okay, children, it is over to you now. So, as you saw, I used socks and pots and pans. You could use anything you can find in your house. You might have some tennis balls or some Duplo bricks, whatever it is that you can use to throw into your targets. And if you have any pots, containers, baskets, bags, anything like that that can help to create your targets. You might also want to go outside. You could chalk on the floor. There's lots of different ways that you can set your own game up. Remember to give each target a score so that when you throw and land in the targets, you can add up your score and see what you can get. If you want to challenge yourself further, you might also want to give your targets a bigger number of score. So rather than using 1, 2, 3, you might want to use 3, 4, 5, or even 5, 10, and 20, or even 100, 200, or 500. That would be a real challenge. I'd love to see if you can work out your scores using those. But hey, 1, 2, 3 is a lovely set of numbers to get started with. It's great fun to play around with. You might want to introduce more balls to throw. You might want to have more targets. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can play around with this game and practice your adding and your taking away. Lovely. Until I see you again, take care, look after yourselves, and bye-bye for now.